All right, guys, we're back, and it's time for us to do our listener letter. Yes, this episode, listener letter number one is serious. The because I still don't know what Pakalamis means. You know, I had the opportunity, you know, Afro Nation 2022 to interview Jackie for Spotify. And I remember, like, when we're doing the preparations and everything, me catch up, I'm saying, maybe sounds like, let me say, ding. You know what I mean? But, you know, nerves and things. I actually finished the interview. I was in my house. I was actually on my bed sleeping all night. I just woke up. I said, oh, I didn't ask Jackie what Bakalami. So I am manifesting this. Jackie, I'm going to interview you again. And that's going to be my very first question. What the hell is a Bakalamis? Anyway, this is a long letter, but we're going to get into it. Pakalami is sitting there. What's to say? Hi, essay. Here is a safe space and a platform for advice, I am told. She said, we wouldn't say hi, a safe space. Why not trail? You should have shouted out okay, if you shout out the person who told you that it's a safe space, then it's like your anonymity is gone. I'm a 25-year-old younging dating a 27-year-old girl. We've been together for 5 years. Hey, we shall know 20. Hey, all right. Dating, we've been together for 5 years. Breakup and spaces inclusive, it's been 6 years. Ain't more break. Me the idea me sign this so people say, yeah, we're relationship people say we need a break. Break from what? You can't work through your issues, you need a break? Oh, break signifies the end to me. That's just how I feel. I'll say breakup and spaces inclusive, 6 years. We've shared both good and bad memories like everyone. To my folks, she's the only friend I have since I take none of my friends home to see my parents. They were happy to see her and later told them we are a thing. We decided to move in together, and moved into an apartment around Adringano in March last year. It's where the 1 year anniversary, because March last year, so we get to know each other more. Our first 2 to 3 months was so fun. We go for grocery shopping, fufu dates at living room every Sunday, leave for work together, cook together, just name it. 4 months into our stay, I found out that she was no longer supportive. So I decided to discuss it with her, which drove the conversation into our finances. Prior to that, I always see new dresses, heels, and other stuff. So I asked her where she got all these items from. Then she said she got them from a monthly paycheck. Period. She's a working girl. I was mad for a minute because she doesn't help pay bills nor try to contribute. But anytime she gets hold of loose cash, it goes straight into body accessories. You know, you saw video now girl in the car say, so what's so swell? Come on, deal. What girlfriend or packaging? Or packaging? We say, why is she packaging though? That's a real question you need to ask the girl. I see everything goes straight into body accessories. I was mad because it got to a point where I had to renew our router data bundle packet of 400 CDs, 399 by Maggie. 400 CDs every 2 weeks. That's like 800 CDs monthly. Or they, what the fuck? I said, what the fuck? Or they actually come more. What the fuck? Used 500 gigabytes. GB gigabytes. Cameraman see gigabytes. 500 gigabytes data a month. DSTV subscription 440 Ghana cedis. Rent 900 cedis a month. Power, water, groceries, etc. The breakdown isn't really necessary, but I've got to put it in there so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Me too. My take home is slightly over 4K cedis. 4,000 Ghana cedis. Hey, you're one of God's favorites. Because Ghana had their floor now near 1,000. We 900. The nature of my work isn't too favorable, so I mostly get home after 9 p.m. I go reach out, and this babe, they stream Netflix. At the same time, she's watching TikTok videos. I'm laughing at this because a lot of people do this. A lot of people have their laptops on. A lot of people have their TV on and then they're on their phone. It's not abnormal. But listen, you only get pissed because you're the one paying the bills. And it's now starting to make sense. Our parents will come home from work stressed as hell. The TV will be on. The fan is on. And then you are in your room. And then they'll be shouting. And you understand. You'll be like, I don't say what time you drew. But we will love her. Or 5 or 6 years. Yeah, so I'll say, I go reach out and this babe, they stream Netflix. At the same time, watching TikTok videos. Like, what the hell? Do you what's it like? How? Oh no, Mr. What? It's HTF. How the fuck do you do both at the same time? I paid attention to this after 3 months of buying such huge data bundles. Funny thing was, I never saw all of these when we moved in fresh. I highlighted all, hey, boy, let's know, wow, but you're kind. I highlighted all these during the conversation and told her if I'm to be paying all these, including food that we eat, how do I save? Hey, I didn't get no, she doesn't contribute anything at all. That's wild. How do I save or put money aside for an emergency situation? Then she got pissed and said a whole lot centered around why can't she use her money for whatever she wants? I looked at her and walked out. There was this silent treatment for almost 2 days, so I decided to brush it off. I discussed it with my mom and she told me not to buy the data bundles anymore, so I stopped. I girl, so told me I'm going to phone, so no use or hotspot no. Funny thing was, this girl never made an effort to subscribe, and she's been giving me attitude lately. I greet her, and she chooses to respond when she feels like. She sleeps on the sofa. She acts rude, and she's always trying to keep a distance. My mom always wants me to try and resolve this issue and move on with her, but I don't think that this will work. If this is how couples do it here in Accra, then our men are really trying. Me, I can't, cause in Canabra, but it ain't easy. Not asking for a 50-50 relationship, but I feel that one-way relationship is a thing of the past. I honestly don't know what to do. My options are to either move back home with my parents, tell her I no longer want us to be in the same space, or ask for a breakup. What do I do? Bakalamis, this is really wild to me. I think I want to point out your very first error. Your very first error was the fact that you decided to move into the apartment with somebody that you're not married to, by the way. I'm not saying there's a problem with that. It's not a sin. Without discussing finances. It's a funny thing. Finances are such a touchy topic in this country because a lot of people are rated based on how much money they make or how much money they have. So nobody really wants to talk about finances. And I've said this before. This whole culture on not talking about your salary and things like that is how they keep us down. You enter a company, they say, hey, nobody's talking about your salary. How will you know whether the person next to you who is doing the same job as you is making more money than you or not? How will you know? How will you take affirmative action? How will you unionize? But it's a global thing. They say it everywhere. Don't talk about your salaries. But anyway, we need to start being, look, as an adult, you need to start being comfortable about talking about your finances because it is how the world goes round. There's no romance without finance. You make slightly above 4K. You are paying rent. You are paying for water. You are paying for electricity. You are buying groceries. You are buying data bundle. Adding. Hey, you Santa Claus out. When I would do a tree. It's too much. And that's your mistake. Before you moved in, you should have said, babe, check. Where we're going to is 900 Ghana cedis for rent. How much can you bring? And I hope you know how much she makes. I hope for your sake, because don't tell me that you have told her how much you make, but you don't know how much she makes. That's the thing. All of these things you should have discussed it before you moved into the house with her. You just said bliss, 5 years of pure bliss. Let's just move in, reckless decision making. Let's just move in. And you're only 25. My nigga, she's 27, you're 25. Did I catch him side you? He said, more rush it. I feel like sometimes society is a part of it. I personally do not believe that anybody should be getting married in their 20s. That's my personal philosophy. That's my personal philosophy. You can fight about it with your friends in the car and whatever. But you moved in with somebody, you didn't talk about your finances. That's a mistake. That's an error. You need to know how much she's making. You tell her how much you're making. And you guys decide, okay, what's the split? What are we going to do? It's either you're doing a 50-50 split or you are portioning things. I do rent, you do groceries, I do laundry, you do bundle. You should have discussed all of that. And to anybody that's listening, that's thinking of moving in with somebody that you claim to love, let me tell you something. Love is never enough. Love is never enough. It's a feeling. And it's a feeling that you choose to allow happen to yourself. Oh, I am Paul. Oh, I'm telling you, a feeling. Yeah, utumi odin shikanke. Love neba no chest no. Abate. Mebo. If you could turn your love button on and off, it won't be so many problems, my dear. But I just think you should have discussed that. But that's in the past. I'm gonna say this. Open and honest conversation. You've tried it and she got an attitude. But I'm guessing that you had the conversation in a way that wasn't the most ideal for an efficient or effective response. Typically, I'll tell you that I break up with this person. But I've been doing a lot of analysis and I'm realizing something that's wrong with like the dating scene and the whatever scene. A lot of us are not putting in the work to try to make things work. I mean, people are, but a lot of us are not, because when you go on social media, there's this whole bad bitch wokeness, fake lifestyle. No, not even wokeness. Put the wokeness aside. Bad bitch life. Be no catch bad bitch you either have it or you don't. I see a lot of people coming up with all these ultimatums. If you're my man and you don't buy me a gift for Valentine's Day, it's over. If you're my man and you don't buy me hair, it's over. What's your side in it for you, in fact? A lot of you people are coming from homes with independent single mothers who've done nothing but fend for you and your entire family. You're coming from homes where your father has provided for you. And some of your fathers don't provide for you, but you want somebody's son to provide for you. Anyway, that's by the way. But I see a lot of you, like, you take this thing on and it's fine. I peer pressure. Time near class, 5 years social studies, they're talking about peer pressure. That's social media and buy it. But today, I must say, GES, you must add it to the curriculum under the topic of peer pressure. Social media, beka home. Honestly, I want to know somebody in primary school. I mean, kind of books I'm share. We have to add, you have to update it. It is a pressure. And so now you face something small in your relationship, then it's a wrap. I'm done. It's a wrap. Or if you tell your friends, you can already imagine your friends saying, girl, leave him, leave it. Then, so just because I don't want to encourage too much of that, I want to see, have one last conversation. I like that you spoke to your mother. Your mother said, don't buy the bundle anymore. But I mean, have one last conversation with her, okay? And this is the conversation you're going to have with her. If you are in a relationship with someone that you love, honestly, on second thoughts, break up with a girl and go back to your mother's house. If you have the money to keep paying for everything, because honestly, if it's just you, the things will last longer. You know what I mean? But then the funny thing though is how you going to kick her out. It's going to be messy. A baby. The best way to kick her out is say they are moving out. At the end of the month, you are going to your parents' house, so she sorts herself out. I think you should break up with her. The reason why I'm saying that is because clearly the girl doesn't love you anymore. Or she's starting to take you for granted. Because if you've been with somebody for 5 years, right? And you love somebody, you're not gonna let them go through these things. It's not okay for somebody that says they love you to not contribute anything at all. I keep saying it. You guys are going out with people that you know that their fathers are not rich. They don't have any proximity to the national cake. Omunya fraud boys. They don't make absurd amounts of money. But you want absurd things from them that cost absurd amounts of money. Are you sick? What is going on? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. You know that this guy makes slightly above 4K and you are living with a person, you don't want to contribute anything. But when you see car, who new bag, any clothes, any niema, who they yeding? But maybe I know how I'm share. It comes down to this. If you ever have to wonder if somebody that you are in a relationship with still likes you, still loves you, still appreciates you, if you ever have to wonder, then there's a problem. I feel that a relationship that is mutually beneficial and actually working is one where nobody has doubts. On neither side of the table, nobody has doubts. You wake up and you're confident and you know that your man, your woman loves you and will support you. And when you pick up the phone to say that, Charlie, things are not going well, you have that confidence. But when you ever have to start wondering, hey, what's going on? When you start wondering, it's a wrap. Something is wrong. And if you can't have a conversation and find out what it is or resolve it, or if in your case you did, and what you're getting is 2 days of silent treatment, sleeping on the couch, which I mean say no sex, blowjob cry when you be, cratchy. It's your data bundle, it's your rent, water, electricity, na it's our we'll get on to say what reprimanding into the couch, so what's our doom Netflix, no? And I say all this to say that I don't think that she loves you anymore. And if you've had a conversation with her and when you're getting silent treatment, there's nothing there to work for. That's what I feel. I was going to say maybe have a different approach and let her try to understand where you're coming from and blah, blah, blah. But wait, I don't think it requires any kind of special conversation. Come on. If you're a considerate, reasonable human being, you should understand that you should carry your weight. You're 27. You're 27, he's 25. I know that in Ghana, we always say men are supposed to provide, Yeah, it's true. 25, it's a young adult. It's a young man. Cratchy. Pakalamis, wrap it up. Wrap it up. As I say, bubble wrap now. Wrap it up. It's done. Honestly, because I'm even surprised that you told your mother all this. And your mother didn't even tell you that jargon. Oh my God! So when I 25 and come mama, so catch say, hey, Jan, see, don't waste your time. So that at least the next 5 years of your life, nobody's will be there PBB. Because typically, would you 30 and no more pressure? Oh, I mean, Pakalamis, wrap it up. I don't have much to say. I feel like I don't want to waste too much time on something that's clearly dead. The real question though is, when people went on a break, why did you go on a break? And what's happening for people to come back? Did you accept her after she cheated? Or did you cheat and she accepted you back? Maybe that's why she's giving you attitude. In any case, this relationship is beyond revival. Ewu. Like a dead horse. You are beating it and it's not going to rise. It's not going to rise, baby. Wrap it up and go back to your parents' house. Thank you very much for that letter. If you have anything to say to Pakalamis, you know what to do. Hashtag Sincerely Accra at Sincerely Accra on Instagram or Twitter. And hey, I could be reading your comment on what Twitter said on the next episode. That's all I have for Pakalamis. We'll be right back to do the shout outs.